Netflix location.
What are you watching out there? Crazy cat. Now, right now, my order is in Middleton, PA, wherever that is. Yeah, sort of like here.
In
See,
Pennsylvania.
well, I remember, yeah, in Pennsylvania. God, y'all remember those of y'all that went to '07? When y'all drove? Uh, you remember the roads in Pennsylvania? Oh my God!
You can tell as soon as you don't need signs. You can tell as soon as you hit Pennsylvania.
I know. I swear. Well, we were in David's van, because David and his brother had the trailer and all that in the back, and it's got those. It was a Econoline 350. So you know how big an Econoline 350 van is. Yeah, and you know how the seats have the single bar in the back running through as supports. We were hitting bumps and potholes so bad that my butt came down and I was hitting the metal bar. I could feel the metal bar hit the bottom of my butt. That's how terrible the roads were. Because between my butt and the seat, there's a lot of padding. Yeah, I've got. Oh, Rob, I got Master Asia in.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's for $13 and $10 shipping. I will buy figure arts all day long for $23 a piece.
Yeah, really.
No, I couldn't.
I forgot.
No, I couldn't do it. This was CD Japan. And here's the weird. Well,
You can, but I'm not paying for it.
well, what's weird, Rob, is oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, no, here, because I haven't bought anything from CD Japan in probably 8 or 9 years. When I bought some Dagwon CDs, some music CDs from them,
Mm-hmm.
and they still had my points on file from like 8 or 9 years ago.
Nice.
So I wound up basically getting. I got airmail shipping for the price of Surface with the points taken off, and Master Asia was like $13, so it was like
Very nice.
$21 for him.
You're not going to beat that anytime soon.
No, and believe it or not, I bought Domon about 4 years ago, and he's still in the box.
Yeah. Not that I'm aware of. Huh. Well, might want to email Jack about it, but if you want, if anything you need posted, I can probably do for you.
With all this talk of Nintendo going around about them introducing all this new kind of stuff, part of me wants them to bring back the Virtual Boy without the headache-inducing visuals. But then it really wouldn't be the Virtual Boy, would it?
No, it would be the 3DS. And the 3DS is not a bad system, Don. I mean, if there's games you're interested in for it, I enjoy mine.
I mean, I got 4 video game systems I have not, and my Atari Flashback system I haven't plugged up in. I'm sorry, the Sega Flashback system I've not plugged up in ever. But I will admit, on the Sega, I wish it had a save function, because I'm playing Altered Beast and I'm getting my butt kicked because it's been too long. I don't remember all the tricks, and then start back at the beginning. It's like, Altered Beast is a classic. Well, it is to me.
Don't crush his dreams, his memories.
It's like I said, I almost bought the ColecoVision flashback system. ColecoVision has always had weird games, just
Yeah.
Not even copies of other games, just things that. But the only name game they have on there is my favorite of all time, Zaxxon.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, that's the only arcade game that's on the whole system. I did not want to buy the whole system from one game.
Yeah. But no, Altered Beast. I know there's a code to get you extra lives and life and all that, but I don't remember it. So
No.
it's a classic by virtue of the fact that we all played it to get a death while waiting to get our second Genesis game.
Ah, no, that's
Yeah.
true.
What?
Well, I was an early adopter, so
That was you were late to the party, kind of. Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah.
Well, so see, that's why I bought that Sega, that JVC XI, because it would play Sega cartridges and Sega CDs. But not so. I like the weird Sega games like Atomic Runner.
yeah, I was one of those.
But I love Atomic Runner. It's not many people know it, but it's Atomic Runner, Karnoff, big fat guy breathing fire. But I love the music.
Oh
And
yeah.
man, I remember waiting for months. I was waiting so long for this game to come out because I was watching the show it was based on, and I would. I didn't know that. But I was waiting. And Rob, you'll know this one. Probably you too, John. The Exo Squad video game.
I actually never got that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got that.
Yeah, I was waiting for that so long because I was watching the cartoon series, and it is so bad. Oh, it's not like ET bad, but it's not good.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. I think that was like one of the few games Playmates actually developed themselves.
I think it was. It just doesn't. It's no.
Yeah.
I need to pull out my Xbox One. I want to play Mech Warrior, so I can or Mech Warrior 2, because there's one thing where you have to take on an entire planet in just power armor. And I mean, and that's the it's the one that you can hack the mechs. With the jump armor, you can hack the mechs and take them over.
Oh,
But
nice.
but the problem is the first mech you go up against is an assault class. It's like you run, hide, shoot, run, hide, shoot, run, hide, shoot. Of course, it has pinpoint accuracy on the weapons.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll get it.
John's got me looking up like old wrestling theme songs now.
I like the real like crappy stuff, like the stuff from the WWE albums in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like most of it's written by Jimmy Hart. Take that for what it's worth.
I had an album around here somewhere. I wish it was my first actual music CD was the WWF CD. To be fair, I got that when I was like maybe 8 or 9, and I also got a Ren and Stimpy Christmas CD. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so so in shared summary or news story. Okay, no problem. All right, that works. Okay, so Radio Free Cybertron streaming live. All that's in.
I just posted a link to Hulk's like All-Star theme, which is like actually good. Yeah, it's the one where like I get you may recognize it if you remember the video of him like kind of running through a crowd, getting like mobbed. Yeah, so good.
I don't remember this one.
Oh, hey Rob, I had a family dog. I had a family dog. No, sorry. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
They hated it.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
you
Rob,
were saying?
yeah, I found a music CD when he was saying that. The Robotech Shadow Chronicles music CD at Family Dollar. It's like that's an odd thing to find at Family Dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have the DVD, I just haven't never watched it. What is it, silly butt? No, we're not going outside tonight. I got 4 days off. You got a lot of outdoor time coming up, okay? You can go pee on all the trees. He's territory marking. There's another cat out there that's they're having a literal pissing contest because they're marking territory. Well,
Don be peeing on all the sheets over top of his toys that he's protected from sunlight. These are mine, and they're not yellowed because I'm protecting them.
Let's see. We've got a report from Twitter saying that your mic is not working, Brian. Okay, well, it's not coming through on the stream,
I
apparently.
got it muted. Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, Twitter.
let's see. I'm trying to think of anything this. Well, my local Walmart got Megatron in. It got the one-step Grimlock RID changers. Haven't seen the new wave of RID Warriors. Did see the 3-step Optimus Prime. Really, there's not a lot turning up locally. I did see in non-TF news. I did see the wave of Spider Girl. So I got my Spider Girl figure. So I'm happy about that.
I saw you put the rest of them up on eBay.
Well,
Or tried
actually,
to sell.
actually, that's a different set.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to work out a trade for the set for a figure, and it sort of fell through. So I'm putting the set up there.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna the reason my microphone was off for the stream was because I was coughing. I'm sick, so I may if I start coughing, I may start like waving. So I just have to jump in.
I may be occasionally muted for basically the same reason.
Yeah, I've got a chest full of crud too, but it seems to be subsiding a little bit. Sure. All these people are here for you.
That's only partially true. I'm kidding.
You know, I don't think I'm going to bring him to TF.
No, you have to.
No, it's I got a feeling he'll be even if it was just me in the room with one other person, all the noise and everything, and I think he'd be so traumatized by just so much stuff that he was out of control of.
As long as we can get him attack you, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, but he might attack one of us too, Diecast. I mean,
Nah.
Yeah, he's friendly.
He'll
He's a
probably
friendly
like
cat.
us.
Yeah, I think that'll be probably not a good thing for his emotional stability.
yeah. And realistically, you do really need him to build up as much of that as possible for your own benefit.
You get down? Okay, get down.
He's like, yeah, I'll attack you later. I'll be back.
I don't remember this wrestling theme.
So Rob, you think that was that? So that was Reggie? Then you're saying?
That was who?
Reggie from Bill Fighters.
I'm... Who, the Master?
Yeah.
Hell no, the Master's Domon.
Oh, it is okay. I thought it can't be Domon because the kid that was Domon was too young to be him in 7 years later.
I think we're looking at two different Domon references, realistically.
Okay, all
But
right.
yeah,
I got
that is definitely, that is definitely Domon at the end of the show. There's nobody else it could be.
Well, see, that's why I thought you were. I couldn't understand why you were saying it was Reggie when it was so Domon, but
Yeah, I kind of crossed wires there. I think we were trying to avoid spoilers on open Twitter and kind of got our wires crossed a little bit.
yeah, that was a really weird finale, just all over the place. Good, but
Yeah, it had its moments. There are bits of it that I was not super happy with, but that's just because I've seen all that before in so many anime.
the Gundam Girls Fumiko was kind of discomforting, slightly.
Yes. Well, like I said, why didn't I win? You didn't win because you're a creep.
But I did like I would pay money for an episode of just Yuki and Rao fighting.
That would be nice. Now, just to give you a little bit of background on the reason that Raul now has a Dom. In the original Gundam series, he was supposed to be supplied with one, but basically got screwed over by his superiors, and so went back out into battle against the Gundam in his goof, which was not good enough, and wound up dying. So yes, after 35 years, Ramba Raul finally got his Dom.
I don't know what a Dom is. What's a Dom?
Dom is a basically heavy-duty mobile suit. Let me find you a picture.
Basically, if Iron Man's regular armor is the regular armor, then a Dom is probably your Hulkbuster.
Okay.
It's not that heavy duty, but it's definitely chunkier than your average mobile suit. So let me. This.
And it's.
I don't know what a Dom is. There it is. Okay, let's see what this is. A Dom.
From Fast and Furious, right?
What?
That's from Fast and Furious, right?
No, this is better.
Okay, that's Thundercracker.
Yes, and for context, Brian, this is what the character in question usually pilots.
Okay. Ah, I got you. Okay.
So yeah, it's the Dom. It's slightly heavier, more armored mobile suit. It has a better melee weapon. It has a bazooka as opposed to little machine guns in the fingers.
So I have a question.
And it has hover jets.
Okay, I have a question. Why don't I have leader class Thundercracker yet?
That's an excellent question.
Sorry.
Did looking at the goof make you think of it?
No, just looking at freaking share this.
Probably for the same reason we don't have Wave 2 combiners yet.
Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, yeah, I didn't get it from Hasbro Toy Shop, so tomorrow means nothing to me.
Nothing to me either.
Sad. Well, it means Thursday. Also another day of life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So there is that. I'm a goof man, by the way, Rob. Just yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was you, Rob, that showed it to me, or if it was somebody else. Someone took some of the mobile suit, the first series, where the goof is flying around or stumbling or being shot, and set that montage to the opening of Goof Troop.
Yes, I've seen that. I don't think that was me, but yes.
Like many fangirls, I'm a goof man as long as it's piloted by Norris.
Do people actually like Goof Troop?
I liked it.
Somebody had to have.
Up until it went to ABC. It was a fun show.
How long was it even on? I have no memory of the length of it.
4 or 5 seasons,
God.
2 or 3 in syndication, and the last.
Was it that long?
it was at least 4 years because I remember there was at least a year on ABC, maybe 2.
That's interesting.
Yikes.
I'm taking my. I brought my Darkwing Duck lithograph home about a year ago, but I'm taking it back to work tomorrow because it really needs to be at work in my office.
So I saw where they're remaking DuckTales. What's up with that?
Man, I don't know. Like,
Right.
and they're going to replace
Randy's-
all the voices. I mean, I get
have to.
Scrooge because Wilbur's like 100 years old.
Yeah, the DuckTales remastered game is the notable, among other reasons, for being one of the probably the only video game with two 90-year-olds on the voice cast.
Who's the other
Yeah.
90-year-old?
June Foray.
Magic of Dispel.
Oh, okay.
And they sound 90.
Like
Yeah,
I didn't
it's-
until that game came out. I didn't realize the guy that played Wilbur Post in Mr. Ed was Uncle Scrooge. Had no
Oh, yeah.
idea.
And of course, he was also in the Time Machine.
Ah, well, I mean, I loved Mr. Ed. Hello, I'm Mr. Ed.
Okay.
Like, thank you, Nick at Night, for ruining my
Uncanny.
childhood.
Well, so yeah, Goof Troop ran for 65 episodes from 92 to 93 on Disney Afternoon. So, and 13 episodes on ABC. So, it's only about 2 years then. I thought it was longer than that. Well, it was 65 episodes, so it probably was broken up differently.
Well, again, to me, it felt like longer. So
Yeah.
Hey, so you did play the remastered game, Rob?
yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I don't know that I liked it as well as the original.
No, I don't.
Because the things, the cutscenes are nice and all, but they also kind of break up the flow of the game.
The game was awesome.
Yeah.
The original.
Oh yeah. And I think I was, and there are bits of the game that I swear got harder actually. And I don't dislike it, but the original I'm still fine with, basically.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I liked like parts of the new game, but it was also like I think Brian, you've made some kind of reference to this. It's kind of like if there was an HD remastering of the G1 Transformers cartoon. It feels weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like watching DuckTales in super HD.
I mean, it's not even that so much. It's the cutscenes that get me.
Yeah, I mean they're
Well-
kind of like stiff and
And they
Long.
it completely ruins the flow of the game.
sure. No, I
Yeah,
get it.
that's the part that bugged me. I just, I wish there was a way, or am I forgetting? Is there a way to make them optional after you've seen them once, or do you have to watch them every time?
I haven't played through it all the way through.
I don't recall any kind of like turning off the cutscenes after I beat it.
Yeah,
I only
I'm-
played through like the first level, so
I got stuck at the very last race at the very end.
Yeah, that one sucks. I stumbled into like the shortcut that you clearly have to use, but it's not like completely intuitive. Like I just kind of fell into it,
Yeah.
and that's how I got through that race.
I'm sorry, I'm keeping. Chris is still D&D, so
I'm hoping that the Disney remaster would lead to a few remastering of the other games as well.
It's entirely
Darkwing Duck-
possible.
like Darkwing Duck. The Tailspin game was kind of. It needs a little bit more than just a HD upgrade.
it needs. Yeah, there's not like people love DuckTales. People fondly remember DuckTales. People don't fondly remember Tailspin that much. I do. I loved it. I thought Tailspin was great.
Yeah.
I love Chippendale's Rescue Rangers,
yes.
but
Yes.
people don't have the nostalgia for that, even though that was the better game.
It was.
Very
But
much so.
Well, the Darkwing Duck game was a lot of fun.
I never
it was-
played that
I
one.
played it on I played the TurboGrafx version. I never played the NES version.
The NES version is basically Mega Man Light. It's pretty good.
The TurboGrafx version sucked. I say version. It was a different game
Yeah.
programmed by different people.
But yeah, if you ever see or get an opportunity to play the NES version, like I said, it's very Mega Man-like and it's very well done. So
Interesting.
I'll load up a ROM.
yeah,
Yeah. How could we ever play an NES game right now
Yeah.
with minimal effort? How's that possible?
What's the best NES emulator at this point in 2015? Because I
that's-
don't use Nesticle anymore.
oh no.
Rockness or FCEU probably.
Yeah, that's the one I'm using at the moment. I forget the one I used to use, but doesn't work on 64-bit. So.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no
So
one-
real quick on like DuckTales, I just hope and I fully expect that it'll be kind of like a reinvention of it for like, you know, new tastes and all that stuff, because it was just weird going back to that world with like modern technology. It just felt odd. It also, yes, it didn't help that the voice actors are like 200 years old, or at least
Yeah.
two.
I mean, you'd think since Scrooge is not supposed to be particularly young to begin with, it would work okay. But, you know, yeah, you know, I hate to say it because it's just great that they were able to do it. But yeah, Alan Young has slowed down in 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with it being reinvented, and it's not like if Fenton Crackshell or whatever is not there, I'm not gonna blow up. If all the characters don't reference like history, like there's no DuckTales. There's not really any DuckTales, as far as I know, any DuckTales continuity. There's like DuckTales canon, like the whole DC thing right now. We're not continuity driven, we're canon driven. So as long as they can stick to like, you know, this character's this way, this character's this way, this character's this way, I'll be okay. I you know, just new DuckTales stories would be really awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of DC and canon, Convergence Zero came out today. I need to get it.
Don, if you made that with Miracle Whip, just go throw it away.
What's happening? I gotta check it out. Is this your pimento cheese sandwich?
Yeah.
Hey Don,
Yes.
why don't we do a cooking podcast?
Chris would have to do that. He
Food
doesn't-
I don't-
podcast with Don.
I haven't turned my stove on in 8 years.
But no, you put toys on it.
What do we have in here? This is Soundwave's cave.
This is Iacon.
Look at Rat Bat hanging from above the one of the burners there.
Like,
No, I literally either
Vector Sigma's under the dishwasher.
Yeah. The lost city of KitchenAid.
if you're going to grill me like this. Never mind.
No, Don. This is
No.
this could be anybody, not just
Fight
you.
back. Fight back, damn it.
This isn't a Don thing. This is a general kitchen nerd thing.
No, I mean it's just I either microwave everything, eat out of the can, or it's sandwiches where I eat out because of work. So I mean, I just really don't ever cook anymore.
Don, what are your favorite
Or
foods
just
to eat out of the
drink
can?
it out of the bottle. I don't even think he has a glass. I don't need glasses.
You don't need glasses.
I don't need
The glasses are
for
standing in for
face.
Crystal City.
Yeah,
You were saying, Brian, my favorite what?
food to eat straight out of the can. Pastas
Beanie-
are my favorite.
Beanie Weenies, Chef Boyardee,
Yeah, I don't like beanie weenies.
Fluffernutter.
Lux.
That's not. You don't eat that out of a can. There's no can for fluffernutters.
Yeah,
That's a jar.
yeah, pinto beans, like Lux pinto beans.
What
That's
about
really-
Bush's baked beans?
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah.
Not compared to Lux.
What?
What the heck is Lux?
The yellow can.
I don't know what that is, Don.
If it's not Bush's, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you speak of?
Well, I don't have a lot of experience with bushes, so
Mark that.
A horse is a horse, of course.
No,
Sorry.
no.
It's in my head. I can't.
Mark
I can't let
it. I need that last statement.
Does it seem like a very slow April 1st?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a prank in our office and it got almost no reaction. I was like, come on.
I think everybody was just so expecting it, and they just don't care.
The internet kind of tends to go overboard on April Fool's Day. We did our thing on T-formers, but I prefer silly to misleading, so that's what I did.
My friend Jason announced my friend Jason's wife, my friend Alicia, she announced her second pregnancy today on Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah.
For real?
For real. It's real. Yeah, but
Okay.
people didn't. It was kind of like that time that I admitted being that troll on April Fool's Day on All Toys Transformers. Then everybody was like, "Oh, obviously this isn't true."
Happy plausible deniability day, Brian.
Yep. Yeah, it's like that time I was sued by Hasbro. That time that I tried to get in a fight at BotCon.
Yeah. I was
My
there.
tformers.com still goes to ENI.
Yeah, it was doing that for me today too.
Oh, that's not good.
What, Don?
Store brand diet ginger ale.
Ginger ale's not good.
Get yourself
you
some
know what
Dr.
I-
Thunder.
Well, it's not bad, but well, no, it's not. It's a
BRB.
grocery store brand.
Yeah.
I wanted to
it's-
do a review today for April Fools and just do like a build-a-figure leg and be like, this is so-and-so's leg. It articulates like this.
That's not a bad idea.
Hey,
I like that.
hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
I see you and XB collaborated on a Play With This 2 article.
Yeah.
Would you be interested on? And you posted it on April 1st. I mean, you can't post anything on April 1st. Anyway, that's just a meta comment. Would you guys be interested in doing a mini cast that kind of references that, and also like if you want to kind of read your thoughts in depth, you can go to TF Formers for it. But just to have like a 3-man discussion, and since we keep it 30 minutes or less, it'd probably be pretty fast. But just have a three-man discussion on that.
I'm up for it if XV is, so
Okay, cool.
sounds good.
Are you free tomorrow?
I think so.
I'm producing on the fly. Sorry,
Gotcha.
I'm hijacking. Anyway, he's free tomorrow. We were going to talk about a few things, but we could also bring you on and do like bang out a couple episodes in one night since they're only like 30 minutes or less.
Okay.
Bring out your Robs.
Yes, bring out your Robs. And Don, Sunday or Monday night, what works for you?
Probably Monday night. Sunday, I'm going to be at my aunt's for Easter because I've actually since I've actually got an actual holiday off. I want to have it with what's left of my family.
Okay. Okay, well, let's do it Monday night. Let's talk Superion and or Minosaur.
Don will have Menasor in hand by then.
Yes.
Yep. I'll have both.
Yes.
Yes,
Whatever
because
lights your fire. And Melvar, come on, man. We got to like get some toys in your hands that we can talk
I
about.
know. Damn it. I'm up for it whenever. It's just
Okay.
finding a topic.
Well, I know. Well, we're banking on like Protectobots big time.
Well,
But,
yeah, I called that one early.
Yeah, that one's reserved for you. So certainly, at
But
least
yeah,
maybe
we're not
one
going to see
hotspot.
those. We're not going to see those till like June.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? We'll find something in the meantime. But yeah, at least as soon as like hotspot hits or something, we can start talking.
Oh yeah.
When does the big bad say that wave's coming? Him and Cyclonus.
I
Say
think
right
that's
now.
all.
June?
May or June, I think.
Hold on, I'll pull up Big Bad Toy Store really quick and look.
Well, considering it's April and we're just getting Wave 2, I wouldn't expect it till June.
But yeah, but I think. Well, I've been saying June all along, but I think the pre-orders are still saying April, which I knew was never going to happen. But
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
prove me wrong, Hasbro. Prove me wrong.
Oh, the pre-orders are up for the Figure Arts Avengers.
Yep.
I really wish Iron
really?
Man was a.
This still says April.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
not going to happen.
Watch it be true.
That
I
would
hope
be
it
really
is.
strange.
I hope it is. Prove me wrong.
Yes.
Everyone's going
just
to be like,
give me,
I
like-
can't.
2 waves worth of Combiner Wars all at once. I'll be
Yeah.
incredibly happy.
Everyone's going to be like, I can't find Menasor. It's all Defensor.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Hey Rob, HLJ's got Agito Ground Form up for pre-order,
Okay.
and Drive if you want the to dive into the Drive merchandise.
Gaim is the only Rider show I've actually watched all the way through, Don.
Oh, really?
You're ahead of me, Rob.
Oh, Gaim is great.
Oh,
Great.
Well,
So I hear.
I showed the guys in the Hangout, Rob,
Mhm.
his first henshin, and also when he got the final form, and the guys were like, "What is this?" They couldn't handle the awesomeness of the fruit.
Yeah, you can't really describe it to people, and you can't really get across how good the show is just by demonstrating the weirdness of of the gimmick. It really is something you have to watch. But for a show about people who have giant pieces of fruit fall on their heads, it is exceptionally well written.
From giant sky zippers.
It's something I'd be interested in.
Orangey.
Yeah,
What is
something I'd be
this?
interested in watching if I could find a torrent service that wasn't loaded with malware.
Yeah.
I know of one. If you want,
Oh God.
I'll send it to you.
And the show is
Brian-
called Kamen Rider Gaim, Brian. And
Oh,
it's
okay,
really
Gaim.
good.
This is what
And-
everybody was talking
yeah.
about on Superhero Time for the longest
Right.
time.
Yes.
For the year that it was airing.
Yes.
And then some.
I mean, it's Japanese mythos, Norwegian, Scandinavian mythos with.
Well, it's Japan's typical operation of let's skim everything we have access to and pick out the parts we like and make a show about it.
So, Chris,
Yes.
can you turn on your video?
I'm working on setting it up.
Okay.
I literally just got done eating like 2 minutes
Oh
ago.
no worries. We got time. Hey,
What did you
once
decide on ultimately?
Taco Bell.
There you go.
so
That's why I only just got finished, because after I placed my order, I was there for like 20 minutes until I got it.
oh wow, not as
Wow.
bad as that time Jack in the Box though.
Well,
Yeah.
Ugh.
And at least if it was Jack in the Box, it would have been more worth the wait.
So your Taco Bell has breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Does it have the waffle? Does it have the biscuit taco?
I saw the sign for that when I was there.
I'm
That
gonna
was the
try
first
that this
I'd actually
weekend.
heard of it.
I should record it. Hey,
I was just about to suggest you should video that.
hey, so yeah, I may do that. So
My video working
yeah,
okay?
you look great.
Yeah.
So change this week, just for this week. So we interviewed, of course, Colin from TFCon yesterday. So once we wrap, I'm going to kill the call, and then I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Oh,
So we're gonna end the show this week with that. So that way I don't have to do any editing.
okay, so no post-show talk.
Yeah. So as soon as I say, hey, we'll see you next week, and you guys say whatever, I'm gonna go to the video, hit end on Skype, and I can join you guys on like my tablet or something. But
It doesn't really matter to me. I probably would have bowed out early tonight anyway.
okay.
I don't like have pressing business or anything.
Yeah, me neither. Hey, awesome job with from what I've heard on the interview. I was
Thank you.
super pleased to see that.
Oh yeah, the
I
internet's
kind of
great.
figured that's why I didn't mention anything before it went up.
Sweet.
I'd been working on that for a couple weeks before the recording actually happened.
That's awesome.
so-
That's really awesome. And that's definitely going to get mentioned in the show.
Well, I put it in the notes.
Yeah. Okay, so
I checked. There hadn't even been any revisions of the show notes after I'd done it.
we've added a couple things.
Brian's
Okay.
the Ron Burgundy of show notes.
Yeah. We've established this.
I've never seen that movie, and I don't want to either.
That's what, Don, you're going to get off this call right now. I'm
See
kidding.
the first one; it's good.
The first one is
You
good.
can-
No,
Skip
I'm
the
sorry.
second one.
I don't like Will Ferrell. I do not like him. I don't think he's funny.
Who do you who do you find funny, Don? Red Skelton?
Now, to be fair, Red Skelton was pretty funny.
He was.
Yes.
Like I don't want it to be taken as disparaging of Red Skelton, because
He
even
was
as
funny.
old, even as old as he was, people still.
Don, who was funny?
Well, I just don't. You know, if I like a lot of classic comedians like Rich Little, Paul Lynn. Just
Can I admit something?
Huh?
I know those names, but I have no idea who those people are.
Paul
I know
Lynn.
who Paul Lind is.
Yeah.
Paul
I know
Lynn
who
was.
Rich Little is.
Rich Little was an impressionist. It's not. I'm not sure if he's still with us or not.
What about
Paul-
Jeff Dunham?
And I like Jeff Dunham. I like,
Jeff Papa.
and then I like.
That was a trick question.
And then I also like.
I hate to say.
I hate Gabriel. I like Gabriel Iglesias.
Julio Iglesias.
I like Ron White, but
Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize he had gotten that far from blue comedy until I saw one of his non-blue comedy DVDs with Mom.
Oh no.
Oh, awkward.
Because, see, we didn't know. All we had seen him was on Blue Collar. We didn't know when he wasn't doing Blue Collar, he was that blue. So,
Ironically.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's like somebody who watched Full House growing up and then looked into Bob Saget's stand-up career.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Oh my god.
So Don, there's a really clean comedy you need to see. It's called The Aristocrats, and I think you'll love it.
The Disney movie?
Yeah, but look for the one that Penn Jillette was in. Yeah.
Oh, The Magician?
Yeah, look for that one. Okay, let's go ahead and do the show.
All right.
Yep.
Let's doing. I am highly caffeinated right now. Just letting you know.
Pre-show needs to go another hour, I say.
It could. Like, I have already had a liter of Red Bull, almost a liter of Red Bull.
Hey, did you look into getting more
God.
emo rage yet?
No, I need. I may get it in powdered form. I don't know.
Oh,
What?
dear.
Just like no. Listen to
Boy,
me.
what could possibly go wrong?
Listen to me though. Before we start.
Yeah.
When you get that, you need to not use any prior to the first show of that week, and you need to make sure I am here to see what happens.
Were you not here for the Hemo Rage episode?
I was not.
Oh man.
That was during my sabbatical.
Okay, tfradio.net/Amazon. I'm going to buy it.
Ask the viewers to buy it for
Oh,
you.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not like one of those people.
I am. I'm asking right now.
I
You
should.
know that's true. John is fairly shameless.
I should do that. I should put up a
Marketing.
wish list, like cam girls and prostitutes do.
What we
Oh
really
my
need to
god.
do it-
Oh, I
what
thought
we
you were
need to-
gonna. That was gonna be on your list.
Oh yeah.
What we need to do is have John do our promo bumper liners for the Amazon link for all the shows.
Yes.
No, I'm serious.
Oh man.
Pardon me.
Just let John prepare some stuff, a few versions. Leave it to him. Let him do that. We can do the mixing and whatever we need to with it, but
Yes.
let John work out and record dialogue on his own and just send it on to us.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'll start every ad with "Hey friends."
Hey friends.
That endears me to them. You see.
Yes. I love this.
Hi,
Okay.
John DeLuna here for.
Yeah.
Okay, let's podcast. Let me drink some coffee first. Hold on for a second. Hey Don, do you unplug your computer?
Sorry.
Oh no, I can't. I don't even hear it right now, but I know we'll probably hear it
Yeah,
later.
there's too much other noise, so the Skype's not latching onto that.
Yeah.
And trying to boost it.
Okay, we're good. Let's do it. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 411, recorded April Fool's Day, 2015. I hate April Fool's Day.
I'm
So this
disappointed
is
you didn't
411.
introduce. Yeah, I'm disappointed you didn't introduce the show the way I wrote it in the notes.
411, we're going to drop some knowledge on you. Yeah. So for people who actually don't live in the United States, you can dial 411, and apparently you can get information. I've never actually tried that because I think you get charged for it. I'm your host, Brian Kilby. With me, we have Diecast, Matt, a.k.a. Melvar, Chris, a.k.a. XV, Don, a.k.a.
Head
Don, Rob Clay, and Mr. John DeLuna himself. Folks,
Hello.
how's it going?
Not bad.
So
Excellent.
last week, as we all know, I'm addicted to caffeine. I kind of have a problem. So I was really tired last week. So before the show, I popped Hydroxy Hardcore Elite, and by the end of the show, it kind of wore off. So right now, I'm drinking coffee, and I'm working through a liter of Red Bull. It's awesome.
I told you last.
a liter of cola.
I told you last week you need to do the hydroxy at the end of the info dump segment.
Yeah.
so that it kicks in when we're in the second half of the news.
Well, he can still do that on top of the coffee and the liter of Red Bull.
He can, but I'd rather not watch him have
Okay.
a heart attack live
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Skype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's,
Well, you're the one who wants to watch him do hemo rage again. So
Oh.
Yes, but like I'm doing that under the implicit understanding he's not going to do other caffeine products or other like stimulants.
you should know better.
Yeah, this is true.
Eh,
This
look,
is true.
look, let me have my illusions so that when he dies, I can pretend it's not my fault.
Yeah, true. Okay. So, I
we
need.
hope the power of friendship.
That's true. That's true. So I need to figure out a better way to intro this. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. So on the other Transformers podcast that we have on the network, lots of stuff this week. Chris today just posted an interview with James Roberts, and apparently you grill him pretty hard.
Yes, we talked for quite a while on several things, and I'll admit at a couple points he admitted he was pacing the room.
And that's on Fanboy versus Transformers episode 3.
It is.
And we're going to have... Is next week's episode a double episode? What is that?
Next week is going to be 2 episodes
Oh.
because there's 2 comics out. That's basically going to be our format. However many comics release on that week, there's going to be that number of episodes released.
Okay, cool.
So anybody who just wants to listen to, an episode about a particular comic, that's all they have to hear.
So it'll be, More Than Meets the Eye and G.I. Joe versus Transformers?
Number 6, finally.
Sweet. And I host that one?
Yes.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Yes, and both of next week's episodes, we will have Chris Triplet with us.
Yeah, that's great.
Hmm?
Yeah, sweet. And he should also be at TFCon USA. At
Yeah,
least
well,
one day.
Whether he wants to or not.
He'll be there for
Yeah,
one
we'll-
day.
We'll believe that when we see it.
Chris will be there for at least one day. We promised. Okay, cool. So also we have a new episode of There Goes My Money with Diecast and Don this week. That's a really awesome idea for a show.
We're
No, you're
back.
fine.
We're back.
You're
Okay,
fine.
we're back.
You're fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I was going to say, everyone talks about the item when, it's announced, but that's not always when it goes up for pre-order. So it's a neat way to kind of remind people in 10 minutes and talk about stuff about what actually came out for pre-order that they can go ahead and pre-order right away.
I really like it. It's really awesome.
So I do have to make a correction to something Don said on the show.
Oh.
When you were talking about Leader Class Ultra Magnus, what you meant to say was you love it and you're going to pre-order it immediately, Don.
It's beautiful.
No, I'm pretty sure I meant what I said, that it's a great figure for people who don't want them in the Masterpiece or prefer the IDW for their Lost Light shelf. But for me, it's not something I'm looking for right now.
Oh, God.
Don kind of hit me by
No, that still
surprise
sounds
with
wrong.
that one because I was just like, wow, this is so awesome. And Don's like, I don't like it. And I'm like,
No, I never
what?
said that. I'm saying I
But,
have.
but Don, it's a good toy.
Very nice.
I have a very definitive version of Magnus. I
And to
have
be
s-
honest,
I have s-
I think the engineering between those is going to be pretty similar, except the cab's not going to invert itself in the process because of what it has to do. So, like, I think really you're on the right track with this. For people who want IEW or don't want to put down Masterpiece money for a toy that big, heavy, and full of metal, it is a perfectly valid alternative, and it's perfectly valid to prefer the Masterpiece over it.
Hey, Don.
I'm
Don.
not going to hassle Don for that.
Oh, no, no,
Don.
I will.
Don.
Yes,
So
yes,
you
yes.
say you like that. Do you prefer it to Citizen Stack?
I think they both have their own set of charms. I'm still glad I got Stack because he does have an aesthetic that, and the color. I mean, again, it's Ultra Magnus colors, but he has his own kind of charms, and I'm glad I got him. I do wish I had waited on him. Now that I've seen the colored, what we got as Magnus, but again, at the time, everything on Magnus did not look right to me. The legs were wrong. There were some other parts. And I thought when I was at BotCon, I had a good chance to get a good price on Citizen Stack, and the last Hearts of Steel Seeker that I needed. It's one of them things. But I have plenty. I have Fans Project City Commander. I have Titanium Magnus visual in the box just for looks. I have Citizen Stack and this. I have plenty of Magnus in my life.
What about Robots in Disguise Ultra Magnus?
I've got him, but he's not. this
Even
Ultra
Dawn
Magnus.
pretends that one doesn't exist.
No. He's not this Ultra Magnus. He's
He's not.
Yeah.
He's a different Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
But he's still awesome.
But I mean, you like your Ultra Magnuses.
Ultra Magni?
Magni.
Well, he's never.
Magnuses. It's
he's not-
Magnuses.
He's not one of my go-to characters, but he's getting really good toys. So, and I appreciate the toys.
And under that qualifier, I see why you let the Road to the Skies one off.
Yeah. So, also, this week in our Transformers podcast, we have a new RFC minicast, and John and XV talk about another Combiner Wars figure, which is Leader Megatron.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We talk at length, right, XP?
There's a lot to talk about. It's really, it's an interesting topic.
I kind of regretted that we recorded the episode like 2 weeks ago before we ever saw the first pictures of Takara's version of Leader Megatron, and I'm kind of disappointed that that came out before my prediction could be heard, because I basically got it exactly right with what they ended up doing to it.
Boring.
Yep,
pretty boring.
Yeah. Silver.
I'm seeing people on Facebook are painting their Combiner Wars version to look like the Legends Megatron. I'm like, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, we have Being Awesome with Rob Springer. It's all about Alpha Bravo. God, a lot of Combiner Wars stuff. And RC Extra from this past week is a discussion about Jolanta and basically about how G.I. Joe's dead. And how it needs to reinvent itself like Transformers has.
Well, I mean, Mark Webber from the previously of the Transformers team at Hasbro moved over to G.I. Joe to try to revitalize it and bring it back this year.
Now, I don't know if I think I had it in the show notes I was going to put it in the show notes last week. Apparently, at JoeCon, Hasbro will be showing off new G.I. Joe product.
Yeah, we'd actually heard that before Toy Fair, because it was basically a dual-purpose statement saying that there was not going to be any G.I. Joe shown at Toy Fair, but when JoeCon came around, they would be making an announcement about the return of the product line.
Yeah, that's cool. So the Facebook contest, as soon as this episode of RFC is done, I'm going to post it. You can win this, holding it in my right hand, Combiner Wars Silver Bolt. Thanks to Hasbro and Diecast for giving it to us for the contest. Basically, what you'll need to do is like the post, make sure you like our page, and then share it. Share it to a Transformers group, share it to your page, your wall, whatever. But just like the page, like RFC, and share. Simple as that. So we'll have that up tonight.
And also, if for anyone that had ordered the Combiner Wars Wave 2 from, say, Hasbro Toy Shop, they are shipping. So they are shipping.
Meaning specifically Hasbro Toy Shop.
Yes.
Yes, they are shipping. So, if you've been, and also I'm just, this is not really noteworthy because I'm not sure how widespread it is, but a large retail chain has today, at least locally for me, has raised the price of Combiner War Deluxes to $19.99.
Jeez.
What's the first initial of that chain, Don?
T. And
that narrows it down a little bit.
Yes.
The second one is O.
So,
and it may have an ois in it.
Yeah.
So if you have been holding off on the Combiner Wars for some reason, just letting y'all know.
Don't get them at Toys R Us.
Well, or go ahead and at least get the ones you want while they're still inexpensive. Just as a heads up.
Nothing's inexpensive anymore.
Yep.
But no, I'm glad you brought up about Hasbro Toy Shop. I was going to mention that before we got into new purchases this week. My set of Deluxe Wave 2 is actually in the air right now and is being overnighted here because the arrival was delayed. So they upgraded all the shipping on the first batch of pre-orders.
Interesting.
So they will still arrive right around when they would have originally. So I'm actually going to have my Deluxes in tomorrow.
Awesome.
Mine are showing that way as well, so I'll finally be able to stop having a one-armed Superion and a hobbled Minosaur.
That's
you're still going to be missing a Superion team member, so...
Well, Don, I mean, all you have to do is pretend that Minosaur is Anakin Skywalker.
No, I like the toy. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so speaking of it, anybody get anything cool this week?
I got something really cool.
You go ahead. I'll let you go first. You have the coolest.
I got fans' toys and Sever,
Oh, he is so beautiful. I
Nice.
cannot wait till the regular ones come out.
which is a test shot which Fans Toys provided to me to review. And I can't even tell it's a test shot. The thing is absolutely amazing. Like, there's nothing really that I can complain about with this figure. And I even found an alternate transformation in the video. You can kind of pull the tail up or down a little bit, just how you want to pose him. So they can go down a whole click, where you can kind of raise that up, and the backpack can still fit over it to kind of give him a more bulkier look, or have those sit a little bit higher on his back.
Cool. I think I got basically what everyone else got, which was Masterpiece Star Saber, and it's super pretty. It is a Masterpiece Star Saber figure for sure, and sure, it's going to sit on my shelf for the next 15 years and probably never be touched again. Don, I asked you this before. Are you a little depressed that this could have been Masterpiece Super Fire Convoy?
As I said, anything that's not Masterpiece Fire Convoy is a disappointment because it is just that awesome. But no, I mean, Star Saber has always been a cool character. It's not basically he's Ultra Magnus to me. He just flies instead of drives. It's the same basic concept.
Kinda, yeah. That's awesome. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah. Well, I've seen pictures too where people have like taken apart their Ultra Magnuses and their Star Sabers a little bit and swapped the core pieces. So you get Star Saber with Ultra Magnus's chest and Ultra Magnus with Saber inside.
Yeah. So on the show this week, of course, we have news, This Week in History, and we're going to have a discussion about a news item, which we'll get into a little bit later. But spoilers, the Transformers movie universe, and we'll wind up the show or round out the show with an interview with Colin, the organizer of TFCon, Colin Douglas. So we'll round out the show with that. Let's go ahead and jump to This Week in History. On this very day, in 1998, the Beast Wars second cartoon premieres in Japan with the episode The New Forces Arrive. Yeah. Oh, actually, I have to say, this was unintentional, but I'm pulling an XV. I happen to have the DVD of that right here. So
Now, you realize when I pull stuff out like that, just because it comes up in conversation, it's also unintentional.
yeah, but I just happen to have that. That was unintentional. I found it yesterday when I was cleaning out my toy room. I'd been looking for it, so I sat it aside here. But yeah, Beast Wars Second sure is a cartoon.
And maybe one day someone will care enough about it to actually like subtitle it so the rest of the world can actually figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I would be interested in watching the Japanese Beast Wars cartoons if someone would actually do a translation on them. I know there's the DVDs came out like Kilby has there. I'm not interested in watching the series untranslated though.
Wasn't there a project for a fan sub like several years ago?
Maybe.
People fan sub everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just recently someone did like a full resub of Car Robots and included a lot of like supplemental materials in the translation too.
Interesting.
So it happens, and it's still something that's ongoing. It's just you need people that are going to be interested in it and stay interested long enough to actually complete the project.
The problem with Beast Wars 2 and Neo is they're so. With again, back in the 90s when I was trading Kmart Legends Bumblebees for VHS copies of Master Force and Victory. But watching them raw, you can still get a gist of what was going on.
Yeah, it's a show made for 5-year-olds, so it's not like it's really deep.
But Beast Wars 2 and Neo, you have no idea what the hell is going on, no matter what.
So.
You have to have.
This makes me think of something. Gabe Recharge, who's been on RC, who did our MMA podcast. Friend of mine, love him dearly. He was stationed in Japan when Beast Wars Second was first airing, and his then girlfriend, now wife, is Japanese, and he was making her translate this for him as she was watching it, and she did not enjoy that. I'll put it that way. She felt like it was a total waste of time. So I think it was Chris or Don one said that it was for kids, and sure was.
Yeah.
Totally for kids.
Also, I'm insulted now. You couldn't remember me and Don being different.
Sorry, I was too busy downing caffeine. So let's go ahead.
Well, Chris, in another 25 years, that could be you.
I'll have more hair.
No, probably not.
But you'll never look this good.
It's true.
No. Actually, there is not a history of hair loss in my family, so I probably will still have my hair.
Hair runs in my family too, but mine's sure going away. I was the outlier. Hey, so let's jump into the news. Hey, so remember how everybody wanted a blue Masterpiece Blue Streak? Well, now you're getting it.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
I mean, what a world we live in. Like, just last week, we got Masterpiece Star Saber, literally just last week, and now we're getting an actual blue Streak Transformers product.
And it's something the long-time collectors have always heard of the rumors about, and it's so nice. It may not be a G1 blue streak or Diaclone version, but it looks awesome.
I pre-ordered it.
It's beautiful. I also like what they did with the name too, because the character is called Streak in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So for this, they called the toy Blue Streak.
That's pretty great.
And I like we're getting actual missiles for him instead of the little funky things that the Dotson brothers came with normally.
And they also mix and matched on the mold a little bit too. Like, it has Prowl's head and lower torso, I think.
Yeah.
But it's the civilian car model. It's not the police model.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Like, I'm interested by that they actually did go in and swap parts around to make something a little bit more custom, more unique from just being a stock repaint of normal Blue Streak.
Well, they probably saw how badly Tiger Track sold as far as an exclusive. And wanted to.
Wasn't he?
Maybe.
Is he still available?
It's not expensive.
I mean, you get it for $30. Yeah,
the knockoff?
It's the knockoff.
Yeah.
I remember Tiger Track is the first one that I saw knocked off. I'm like, how are they selling this for $30? This is amazing.
It's like you almost went into your Star Dub voice there.
Almost.
You almost went into your Star Dub voice.
I didn't do this. How did they do this? This is amazing. Okay. But yeah.
But that definitely is going. That's just a gorgeous looking figure. I cannot wait to get that one.
Yeah.
I don't want the Masterpiece, but I'd like just a new Dotson Classics mold and get it done in those colors at least once.
It will be the fourth time I buy this mold.
Well,
You and me
it's
both,
a good
because I
mold.
just pre-ordered it.
Me too. I pre-ordered it as soon as I saw it.
I pre-ordered it for my phone.
Yep.
I was eating a donut. It was like donut down.
The donut will be there 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
This might not.
Exactly.
So
This is limited to 2,000 pieces total. Like they've opened pre-orders in advance of the actual production, but besides the time limit for the pre-order cycle, there is an actual 2,000 unit limit on it.
that's pretty cool.
Whatever happens first, 2,000 units or April 10th, I think it gets closed.
Oh wow. Well, definitely have to have that, especially at that price. It's totally worth it.
You know what else that only has a pre-order that closes in April?
Oh no.
Metro
Yes.
Titan.
Dystopia.
Which we mentioned. All right, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I get it.
I'm
I
trying
need
to
to buy
get.
it. I need to
I'm
buy it.
I'm trying to get them to leave you alone, Brian, but they won't listen.
So I mentioned this
They
on
won't
Twitter.
listen. They won't listen to the better angels of their nature.
Don, when do we ever listen to you?
Yeah.
So I mentioned it on Twitter this weekend. I broached the subject of buying Dystopia to my wife, and she did not punch me in the face.
Did you tell her how much it
Start.
cost?
I told her how much it cost.
What? Okay, so I understand she didn't punch you in the face. What was her reaction when you brought this up to her?
She was like, she basically said, if you can keep to your agreement, which is my net zero, I'm not spending any money. I'm basically getting rid of stuff to pay for it. She's okay if I do that. So
basically it seems like she doesn't care what you do with your toy budget as long as you stay in your toy budget.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
Which is fair.
that sounds great to me.
That's totally
what can
fair.
you ask for?
It's totally fair. It's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly fine to me.
Yeah, I don't want to piss away my life savings on toys, you know.
No, or your marriage.
Or my marriage, more importantly. So definitely,
But
yeah.
Marriage,
mostly
life
his life
savings,
savings.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, those, you know. So moving on.
Yeah, so we'll talk about
so
this.
this
a
is
little-
happening, right?
Maybe, yeah.
In summation.
He's
see.
trying.
We'll see. TFRadio.net/Amazon. So,
Finance Kilby's dystopian future.
Paramount is eyeballing Transformers Cinematic Universe, okay, and enlists Akiva Goldsman to head the writer's room. And, I missed this part. Is Bay going to direct Transformers 5?
The way the article is phrased, it suggests it. If nothing else, Transformers 5 is not going to proceed until he is done with his current project.
Oh, God.
So, like,
Wow.
Michael Bay's whole thing for, saying he would probably pass on another Transformers movie is he had another project in mind he wanted to do. But if they're going to hold up production because they really want him to be the director, then, that and a sack full of money, he's going to come back.
Just like last time with
Just like last time.
Yeah.
Battleship.
And the time before.
Last two times.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping they would get someone new, like, say, Brad Bird, who did
Like
Ironside.
anybody.
Yeah, but
Anybody. Literally anybody.
anybody. Except maybe M. Night.
No,
I would take him at this
I would
point.
take what Shyamalan would do with it. I would take what George Lucas would do with it. Just
I would
anyone
watch-
who is not Michael Bay.
I would watch a Shyamalan Transformers movie just to see what would happen.
To see what the twist was?
Yeah. Yeah, let's not.
No, because he did the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, and there wasn't a twist in that because it wasn't his original story.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing would be true of Transformers. No, I would just want to see how, M. Night Shyamalan's. Well, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Let's, yeah. Okay.
Well, we've talked about this. We talked about the alternate director thing so many times.
Yeah, we've thrown that baby
We
out with
beat
the
around
bathwater.
with that dead
We
horse.
beat that dead horse.
Basically, it boils down to anybody but Bay.
Okay, so Robots in Disguise will be. Is it the next McDonald's Happy Meal
I
promotion?
believe so. Yes.
That's cool. I always love Happy Meals and Transformers, and when they come together, it's fantastic.
However, there's
the best one still. The best one still is the Beast Machine's Happy Meal promotion.
I skipped it. I got the Transmetal promotion, but I skipped Beast Machines.
Because Beast Machines had a pretty big lineup, and it was all transforming toys and pretty decent too.
There was a Wendy's promotion back in the 80s that the Transformers. I think they used GoBots, didn't they?
yeah, they did.
Yeah. I actually have one of the Wendy's GoBots somewhere.
Man, I want those.
And, but what's interesting is they don't include Strong Arm or Steel Jaw.
Yeah, I
And-
noticed that.
And it's like, okay, you're not even putting the only girl character in the
Well, okay,
series.
that part I can understand.
It's the. I hate to say it, but it's the boys' toy, and they're
Yeah, and
Yeah,
especially
and-
since it's a split with My Little Pony.
yeah.
Right. This is the Hasbro product Happy Meal cycle. So there's Pony and Transformers, depending on customer preference.
Oh,
I don't
great.
I don't think they actually characterize it as boy and girl Happy Meals anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to get a My Little Pony code as Strong Arm, and it's going to be like an arm lifting a barbell or something as their cutie mark.
Don, you know way too much about this.
Okay, so
Don't
let's go ahead
stop.
and move to the next item then. So we have new Robots in Disguise product images. Hyper Change, Steeljaw, Mega One Step, Optimus Prime, Minicons, deployers, and more. Lots of pictures of Robots in Disguise stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the Minicons still interest me a lot. I want to get a couple of those. They're doing kind of like the Fall Cybertron data discs were, where it's different form robots, but they all conform to one of two alt mode shapes.
Yeah.
So, working in that framework that's always an interesting concept to me.
I like the package
course-
art.
since these aren't spring loaded, they're probably going to be better in general.
Yeah, they have to be. I do love the packaging art though. They are cute. They're kind of SD, which makes sense since they're mini cons.
Yeah, I guess.
I like that.
I would like, the deployers have, window box packaging, but the figures I think are still around deluxe size. Like looking at the Takara Legends figures, such as Rob's Windblade that I'm holding on to for a larger shipment later. I know the bubble and backing card is the common style we're used to here, but I'd really like to see a transition to those boxes. I don't think there'd be like a lot more material cost to that, and it would stand out more. I really like the way Takara does the smaller stuff in boxes instead of always on cards. There's just something more interesting about it.
Yeah, I don't know. So this is a really super Bumblebee. Man, that's so super. I really like this Bumblebee, so I don't mind seeing a lot of Bumblebees, but I don't know. I probably won't be buying this one.
Bees, my God.
So is this the $20 price point, or what's the price point on this? Just the
Not sure.
the 3-step. So is it the same 3-step that like that?
Yeah. It's we've got them at my local Walmart. Optimus.
You have Optimus and Grimlock.
Bumblebee.
But
Yeah.
this is a different. This is also Bumblebee. So this must be a different price point.
There is a 19-inch 3-step Bumblebee.
Okay, so this is a larger price point, or yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm not buying it either way, so it doesn't matter. I do have.
Yeah.
I have vowed to buy every single Grimlock that comes out, though. So hopefully they won't beat him to death like they have Bumblebee. So, yeah. So we have that. We also have New Legends series of Megatron pictures, which we talked about a little bit before. Boring.
Yeah, they took most of the interesting color additions out.
And of course, for people who don't know, Legends is the name that they are giving, I guess, Combiner Wars in general.
No. Combiner Wars is Unite Warriors. Legends is their current iteration of Generation.
They're Chug, basically. Okay. Dang, I always lose track of that crap.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
And of course, that doesn't count the Generation stuff that's getting shoehorned into Transformers Adventure either.
See, that's the thing. There's always crossovers. I would half expect to see some Robot Master stuff, or even. I mean, for God's sakes, like with Universe, we even had G1 crap thrown into the mix. So.
Well, I believe they did do some Legends Robot Master reissues
They did.
At like a big Transformers show in Japan. Reissued Robot Master Optimus Primal, among others.
Oh yeah.
The 4 leader figures.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track, but he's boring. So there you go. I think so. I mean, I'm just just my opinion. So something not boring, something beautiful that I love and want to marry. Yes, I actually want to marry a leader class Thundercracker. It's beautiful. It is a thing of beauty.
I mean, it's surprised you're that big on it.
It is
we
so
saw
much
it
nice.
a while ago.
I know, but I don't know. It is so much like now that we have these new photos, I have fallen in frickin' love with it.
I mean, it looks nice. I just,
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing where you're getting that reaction.
Jet mode.
Yeah.
The jet mode is exactly what I want.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, I think this will look absolutely stunning in Skywarp colors.
I want it in Skywarp colors. I want it in Starscream colors. I want it in all colors.
Starscream colors.
We'll get it in. Oh, we'll get it in Skywarp too.
I want it in Takara's Sunstorm colors.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of nice.
Like if nothing else happens after Thundercracker and Starscream, it has to be Takara's Sunstorm colors. Solid orange, white, a little bit of black, not the like yellow that Hasbro tends to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we've got this before, but something has just clicked. I want it.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. Need it. I certainly need that. Let's see here. So, Leader Class Ultra Magnus, Don's wrong, and this is glorious.
I never said it wasn't good. It's just not something that I need in my life right now.
Now here's
Exactly,
the
you're
other thing
wrong because you do need this.
Don, you're single. You need to play the field. You can have multiple Ultra Magnuses. It's okay.
Here's the other thing that I forgot to mention. People are kind of saying that it's possible that this may ship with Thundercracker in a, a 1-to-1 case.
No, I believe. Okay, so like there's been pre-orders for Thundercracker up for a little bit already. Ultra Magnus just went up recently by itself. If it was an assortment, there would have been another figure in the pre-orders with it. I think Megatron and Armada Megatron shipped together because I think that was being considered differently internally, but otherwise the leaders have been going in solid pack cases.
I wish they would ship together in a case. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, pretty nice. Want it. Don's wrong. Let's see here. So we have quite a bit of BotCon news. Well, this is a pretty big surprise.
It's that time of year.
Well, I mean, Frank Welker's actually going to be at a BotCon. He's going to be at a convention about Transformers.
Yes.
and FunPub is selling a whole separate tier of admission.
A Frank Welker package, yes.
Yeah.
I don't mean to make fun of JD. I don't mean, to... I love JD, but you remember when he...
Yes.
He won. Yes. He was one of the however many people to get the session with Peter Cullen, and he got Peter Cullen to autograph that. Was it the Revenge of the Fallen leader class Optimus Prime? It was something.
It probably was because I don't think Dark of the Moon was out yet.
It was a very expensive. It was a very high price point Optimus Prime, and he ended up trading it for what that reissue G1 Ratchet, which goes for like $20
and something else.
Yeah, poor JD. Yeah. When I got that stuff from Don, which he got from Amanda to sell for JD, I had to chuckle a little bit when I pulled that out of the box.
I was also thinking too, since they're like selling a Frank Welker experience package, which I believe is actually what they're calling it, above and beyond the golden ticket level, I couldn't help but also think of JD and the front row.
Yeah.
But this is something we've been trying at BotCon. Well, here I am. I'm using the royal we, I guess. But John and Carl tried, Glenn tried, FunPub has been trying. Welker is just so busy. He did not have time to even pencil one in, and so them getting him this year is going to be just a major plus to anybody who's been wanting to meet him.
Like, I don't really care. There's like nobody that I care to meet that I haven't met already. But it might be interesting to if he's going to speak at like a panel, that would be something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw that the panel's going to be moderated, which I'm glad, because as much as I would love to sit there and hear requests and him do a variety of his voices
at the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah, but I'm saying that'd be cool to hear all his different voices, but we wouldn't get any stories.
Was it Hal Rail that at CharterCon he was talking about how terrible the panel was? And I asked him if somebody had asked him to do his characters at a drive-thru. He's like, "Yes, were you there?" Like, I think it was Hal Rail that did that. It was pretty funny. Not that the panel's terrible, but you have to moderate those things, otherwise Yeah,
and like just because it's moderated, like I don't think that rules out hearing Welker do some of his voices. It's just going to be, controlled how much of it there's going to have happen and like what the context is going to be too. Because like I remember at BotCon 2012, David Kay and Gary Chalk were up at the same time, and there were some, let's just say, colorful requests coming in from the audience that they were, rattling off their responses to, and some of that just kind of had me like, side-eyeing the room.
Yeah. So let's see here. So other BotCon news. Oh yeah. So Pack Rat. There you go. That was no surprise whatsoever.
Right.
But it does look good.
It does. I don't know if I'm going to get the set or not. Has anybody got any really good guesses as to what the theme is supposed to be?
Well, it's supposed to be like an Ocean's 11 kind of.
Yeah,
but is there like some sort of thread that ties everything together?
No, well, okay. I mean, there's I'm getting some feedback on my audio. There is FunPub's Axiom Nexus Transtech setting, which basically lets them tie together any toys they want to with that as a common thread.
Oh, you mean
So-
like Machine Wars? Sorry.
No, that was a different fictional universe FunPub maintains.
No, just that Machine Wars wasn't very Machine Wars, but
No.
So where's Pack Rat from?
BotCon.
Oh, yeah,
No,
Buckeye
I mean-
1997.
97.
Okay.
And for those people who can't afford the Fractal Pack Rat 2-pack set from 97, at least they'll be able to hopefully pick up one of these, at least aftermarket to have the character.
So okay, so just thought off the top of my head here. They've got the Stealth Bomber Megatron mold that they're using as Croc for the subscription set. What do you think the chances are of getting that as an add-on in Fractal colors at the show? Because I mean, there's nothing they can use in Terrorsaur's place. Because I mean, unless they want to dig out Cybertron Brimstone, but I kind of doubt that.
Do you think they would use movie Swoop or movie?
They probably can't.
Yeah.
They probably can't. There's always been the provision for the on-screen characters that those designs can't be used
Right.
outside of a movie line because of the
Right.
because at least at one point, like DreamWorks co-owned the screen designs.
Okay, because I mean I've known about the cars and the licenses for years since the movie
Mhm.
started, but the Dinobots being so wholly different than anything else, I didn't know if that would apply or not. They might could use the strafe mold for Fractal.
And to be honest, rules change all the time. So what we knew 5 years ago may not still be the case today, but until the evidence comes up, kind of like how we used to treat the idea of retooled toys and what the limits were on that. We held to that as the rule until something happened to prove
Yeah.
otherwise, like has happened over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, if that turns up in Fractal colors, we'll know, oh, hey,
Yeah.
they can do that now.
But
They could use the Scourge mold.
Scourge.
Well,
They could. I'm just thinking, since they already have that Stealth Bomber Megatron mold on the line, swap the plastic colors out, change the head mold again, and that's what made me think of that.
Yeah.
Just because that's something that they actually have active at the factory being produced.
But I'll be honest though, we never got an actual Fractal from the Transmetal 2 Pterosaur. He was in the comic.
And I wonder if that Transmetal mold is still kicking around where they could get to it.
Who
But
knows?
I would love to see. That's not my favorite mold, but in Fractal colors, it would definitely be. Not only would it be a good BotCon piece for this year, it would be a character from the past comic that we did not get a toy
Yeah.
for.
Captain Rufus
Yeah,
in the
no.
chat's asking about if it could be animated swoop, maybe.
You know what? That's also
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
which is kind of sad because I have one sitting on a shelf right over there, and I didn't even think of it.
So, also moving along, so we're getting a Nova Prime figure. Did we know about that? Is this going to be part of?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, we knew about that.
Okay, I don't remember
Whether
this
we
one.
cared or not is a completely different story.
Okay.
So, when they announced Leo Convoy as the membership 3D figure,
Ah, yeah, that's
this
right.
was mentioned at the same time,
Yeah.
but
It was
basically
overshadowed.
nobody paid it.
Because
Yeah,
nobody
this,
really
this is
paid
one you have to
attention.
pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can live without that.
I forgot.
Like I completely
I
forgot
mean,
about it.
Well, and the thing is, it's a very, very stark difference between that and Leo in terms of the deco. Nova Prime is not super interesting looking.
Yeah.
No, I like Leo much better.
Yeah. And really quickly, just a brief mention, we have photos of subscription service 3.0, Carzap and Croc. Yeah, I don't.
I love Carzap.
I still
I
want
must
Croc.
get me a.
Croc looks better.
I must get me a Carzap.
I appreciate
Carzap comes from
Carzap.
GB BlackRock.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
appreciate Carzap for what it is. I'm just not interested in owning it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to pay a high price for use of that mold, it's going to be Go Shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost Shooter is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping I can pick that up for about half the price of Ghost Shooter.
Good luck with
Maybe.
that. Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe
in 3
no,
years.
Well, okay, so like the last round of subscription stuff, only a couple pieces seem to go for a distinctly higher price than just chopping up the set evenly. And this set doesn't seem to have a lot of high draw pieces. I think Croc's actually like the biggest draw for people in general out of this batch.
Serpentor.
Yeah.
Serpentor OR, yeah.
That was until people saw the actual production sample.
The production colors
Yeah.
don't look nearly as good as those
They
initial
don't.
photos.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still want it though, but yeah, disappointment.
You know what I want more? Dystopia. So you can help me out. Go to tfradio.net/Amazon, and you can help save my marriage and get me a dystopia. That's what I'm saying. Now, it helps keep the podcast on the air. The stuff you're already joking about using that toward dystopia. We're using that, maybe. We're using that toward, of course, funding the podcast, equipment, events, chances to get together at conventions and do things. So just go to Amazon through our website. Go to tfradio.net, and we have a little Amazon widget on our site. And you can either click on the Amazon logo, you can search using the box and hit go, whatever you want to do. We even have a Transformers store that is fulfilled through Amazon. You can click on the RFC Transformers store link, but the stuff costs exactly what it would cost you going directly to Amazon. Costs you no more, and Amazon sends us a little bit of coin our way just for referring you there. Helps us out a lot, like a lot. So like this month, for the first time ever, because we haven't been doing ads or anything, didn't have to pay for the site out of pocket. Pretty sweet.
Very nice.
First time ever. Literally, I have been hosting the podcast for 16 years. In 16 years, paying out of pocket. Didn't have to this year. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, one thing I want to mention with the Amazon connection is that they do have Transformers Victory for 2067.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. So if Star Saber's a character that you're not familiar with, or you've not seen Victory subtitled, they have it available for 2067 at Amazon.com. It says it's in stock, but may take an extra 1 or 2 days to ship. I guess because of the Easter holiday, they're busy or something.
It's not at Amazon.com. It's at tfradio.net/Amazon.
No, I'm saying Amazon has this stock.
Yes. So, no, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, help us out. Don's got a great suggestion. We should start doing that each week. We should start doing, like, recommended purchase. So, first week is, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Victory.
I'll start making a list.
Oh, God.
I also got risers. They're like 3-tier risers that I can display my Transformers figures on. They were like $8 a piece or something on Amazon. So there's stuff for your collection that you can find on Amazon to really help elevate it.
That's awesome. I love that idea.
Also, if like you're undertaking an interest in photography for the first time and you're looking to, step up your equipment for photographing toys, there's all kinds of supplies on Amazon that you can get. And a lot of time it's the best price you can find on some of that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, just go to tfradio.net, click on the little Amazon logo on the widget, or go to tfradio.net/Amazon. And I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Help finance Kilby's dystopian future.
Yeah, admit that too. Help save my marriage.
That's our slogan this week.
Save my marriage. Okay, tfradio.net.
No,
Amazon.
dystopian future.
Dystopian future.
Yeah, help him make it not a failed colony.
Yes. Omicron Theta?
No, that was Data's colony.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought he was talking about, a failed colony.
Tasha Yar's.
Okay.
Remember, she came from a completely failed colony?
Okay.
There were rape gangs.
Thank you.
tfradio.net/Amazon. Okay.
I wasn't
100% rape gang free.
Okay, so third party. So I have no idea what this is. DQ001 Baby Lock, which is a G1 style Grimlock?
Grimlock.
Corlock is the actual name.
No,
No,
not
that.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Let me find it.
Does it transform?
Okay. Hang on. I did not see this. I'm sorry.
No, it does not seem to be a transforming figure from
So-
what we can tell.
Okay.
Oh man. So I don't want to. Like the third-party stuff that seems like it should just be licensed stuff.
Like this.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I get, like, Sever and stuff like that. People
Right.
want Masterpiece style, you know, versions or new versions of old characters. But, like, you could, I'm certainly have, like, an SD Grimlock that you can go buy. Like a Robot Heroes or something.
It wouldn't really be like this is a little posable figure though.
Yeah.
Man,
It's kind of like those. What are the one loyal subjects? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
it's
what I
kind of
was
that.
thinking.
Yeah.
If anybody was going to do it officially, that it would be them.
yeah, like, I just don't get this. I mean, it's cute. But,
I mean, like, you know, points to those people for producing the kind of thing they're interested in producing and not necessarily just catering to what they think will sell the best because everybody wants to buy it. I mean, you know, points for actually doing their own thing and not just going with the crowd. But, like, I agree with you that, you know, this could just as well be a licensed thing. I don't see why it needs to be an unofficial product.
yeah. So, next item is Toy World D-03 Cordlock. New images of Not Grimlock Combiner. I saw this all over my Facebook feed this weekend, and it does nothing for me.
Me neither.
I mean,
You know, the one thing
mean-
I noticed by looking at it, its neck looks too long, but it looks like there's a seam on the neck where it can turn. If they would have made that gray, that one thing, it wouldn't have made his neck look so long, and it might look a little bit nicer.
His chest reminds me too much of Big Convoy for some reason. It's just like this just looks off, and the problem is it has an amazing Masterpiece Grimlock to compete against. Sure, Masterpiece Grimlock doesn't combine with anything, but
And I'm not sure this is technically meant to be a Masterpiece grade figure.
it looks really nice. But I mean, as far as like the plastic and build quality goes, I don't know how big it is, but as far as like a complete package, it just looks off. It doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, there is something off looking about, and I'm kind of attributing that to the fact that it has to do this, that, and the other because it has to combine and be the torso and hold everything else up.
And the Dino mode looks like an updated version of the Pretenders Grimlock. So I mean, it has that going against it too. So
I'll have to be honest, guys. I like this. Now,
I am not surprised, Don.
now you know,
Don, you're killing me.
well, I mentioned this on TFYLP when this came up last week. You know, I'm collecting the fans' toys, so that's my choice of size and aesthetic. But down the road, if I see a good sell on these, or I'm able to have some good eBay sales, because I've always wanted a Dinobot combiner, and I like the aesthetics of these. It's just I want big Dinobots, and I cannot lie. But
you other brothers can't deny.
but I do like
When Don
I do
walks
like,
in with an itty bitty waist and a Dinobot in your face, you get. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Don.
Okay. So since Don brought this up, I want to bring something up. I want to put something in the group here. So, like, setting any concern of cost aside, like, you know, just assume you have the money to get whatever. Of all the Dinobots that are out there, what would be your manufacturer of choice? Because everyone's a little bit different. Everybody brings something else to it that the others don't necessarily. What would your Dinobots of choice be?
Fans Project.
Yeah,
Fans toys right here.
my fans project, not Sludge, is pretty awesome.
Rob, do you have an opinion?
Actually, no. I can't keep various third-party Dinobots separate, so no.
John, how about you?
I can tell you that I don't.
I'm speechless.
I can tell you that I don't want a Dinobot combiner.
Yeah. Same here.
I-
I do
Yeah.
not want my Dinobots to combine.
I would be going with Planet X, I think, the ones that are doing the War for Cybertron style ones. Because, like,
yeah.
all told, those have the best, most consistent design style between them, and are the most interesting looking to me for what they're doing. Like, I don't need a whole team of Masterpiece Dinobots at all. And I like War for Cybertron Grimlock as an update to that design in concept. And, you know, I like what Planet X has been doing with the few pieces they've actually managed to get out so far.
Yeah. Yeah, fans project, awesome. Yeah. I really like those.
Yeah.
So Don, so why do you want a Dinobot combiner? What is it about a combiner that in Dinobots that does it for you?
I've always wanted one just because I thought it's the only real sub team of 5 Autobots that doesn't combine. And I always thought, wouldn't it be funny in canon is the Constructicons show up and they merge and they think they're gonna beat the Dinobots' butts, and then Grimlock yells for them to combine, and you just have this one-on-one slugfest between some of the smartest Decepticons and some of the dumbest Autobots, and it's just they're
Don,
just it's
Don,
yes.
I want you to do something right now. Go to TF Wiki, look up the Beast.
The Beast.
Yes.
Yes.
You will be disappointed.
Okay. All right. Let me do this. Then.
I'm doing that too because I don't know.
Finally, the wiki pays off.
Oh, I'm sure Chris McFeely loves to hear that, John. Chris,
Okay.
Chris, we love you. Don't ever change.
Oh, he won't.
The Beast doesn't
Finally,
seem to bring it
the
up
wiki.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Was it not?
What?
Let me see if they changed the name of the thing or has it been disowned.
Don't know.
Disso.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and jump ahead to the next item.
Oh, damn.
So didn't we talk about this before? Superion and Minosaur pre-order parts, or these are different ones.
It's the same one.
We talked about it this week.
But I think the pre-orders are new.
Yeah, the pre-orders went up after the show last.
Oh,
night.
yeah.
So like the heads. and
Oh,
stuff?
I actually completely didn't even. I don't think I even saw the Superion, but Minosaur is definitely the same. Okay, so you can pre-order it. Yay! I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I really want the Minosaur one, I think.
I'm not getting any of the hands or feet. I'm not getting anything for Superion, but I am getting the hip and the hip upgrades for Minosaur.
Yeah, I don't need the hands or feet. I think the designs and the ideas behind them are neat. I don't need them though. The Minosaur upgrade though feels like something I need to make the toy work how it should.
So next item: reformatted Anarchus prototype of Mastermind Creations Decepticon Justice Division, the DJD member Kaon.
Kaon.
And it's nice looking.
For as much as you can really
Well,
make out in these
I'm
photos.
certain it'll be a nice toy.
Do one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a colored rendering of him or drawing of him out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they show that at TFCon Chicago?
That sounds right. And Voss is supposed to be out soon.
Yeah. I know they had Voss. I don't know if they
Yeah.
had
There's
Kaon or
like
not.
box art of him. Actually, I think
They-
I read
they-
on their Facebook they had a delay because of his instructions. There was some printing error.
Yeah,
Error
they,
with
did,
his
they didn't
instructions.
actually fit in the box, so they had to have them reprinted.
Whoops. Well, they're scissors, so
Oh,
There's folding.
do that.
Greg
I
had
actually
posted in the chat.
have this figure on pre-order, so there will be a review going up of it.
Cool.
Greg had posted this in the chat. So
Yeah, provided Hasbro
you
does
found
do their own like 5, and that's doubtful
Oh.
at this point. I'm all about this set from Mastermind.
Yeah, I don't really think Hasbro is going to merchandise the Decepticon Justice Division. Just
No.
guess.
Ew.
it'd be awesome.
That'd be funny if FunPub did it for a set. That's 5 of them.
I would
But
want.
that's
I would want it.
really going in.
I would want a voice
Combiner
chip.
Wars recolors from FunPub.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of fun.
This is disappointing.
I told you.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a Dinobot combiner, and that's no. It can be so much
And-
more awesomer.
Yes.
And this was sanctioned fiction, Don.
Yes, this is canon.
Ugh.
Was
Learn
that
to love
Dreamwave?
it.
Was that Dreamwave?
I don't think it was directly Dreamwave. Like, same era, but I believe it was produced independently.
yeah, I think it was. Like,
It was pack-in material for something.
yeah, with I think Australian DVDs.
Be careful
yeah,
what you
UK
wish for,
UK
Don.
DVDs. Excuse me.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Also, let's see here. Also,
And
on
that's our
T-Form-
TF Wiki spotlight for this week.
Yes.
I would love for McFeely to bring that back, but that's just me. So, also on T-Formers, Rob, tell us about it.
Okay. Well, XV and I got together and did a analysis of Play With This 2 and what went wrong and what we'd like to see them do if and we hope when they try again.
So I didn't mention this in the news, but the Play With This 2 Kickstarter was not funded.
Yeah.
It came close, but it didn't quite make it.
Yeah, got within like $8,400 of it, and there, like I said, there are some things that we think they could maybe do a little bit better next time. We went into some detail on that on T-Formers.
Mhm.
Also, for April Fool's Day, I do not like subterfuge for April Fool's Day. I like being silly. We reviewed the Walgreens Easter Basket Fans Project toys.
Not subterfuge, subversion.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
And also, it looks like Masterpiece Star Saber was the top-selling toy in Japan last week. So
Interesting.
At least according to this one site that does toy ranking charts.
There you
yes,
go.
which
But it was an interesting little news item, so I posted that last weekend.
So what would be the next likely toy if they go back in this? I mean, Diatlas isn't going to be a big seller in Japan. I mean, he got what, one episode, so I mean, it's not like that's going to be a big seller. So who's left?
well, Victory Leo is the obvious one.
I
Yeah.
bet he's not going to. I mean, did they? When you look at his feet, I mean, I guess they could probably figure out a way. Yeah, they could make it work. It probably
Yeah,
wouldn't be
There's
that
some
great.
ports on there that aren't being used for anything on Star Saber, so people are thinking that's
like-
for Leo Convoy.
I believe I have also seen some pictures, though, of people using the original Victory Leo, and it does mostly work.
Neat.
Yeah.
And the thing
Dezeris
is-
Overlord.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, too, like, the way Victory Leo works, it's shoes and a backpack. There's nothing complicated about that. It's really easy. Even if there is no plan right now
They can do it later.
to actually make a Victory Leo, it's not hard to make Star Saber with the compatibility it would need to make that work later.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Wait for that G Defensor that will never come.
Damn it, Rob.
Yeah. So cool. So, let's go ahead and talk about the Transformers cinematic universe. So it seems like everybody is doing a cinematic universe now. Thanks, Marvel. And so Paramount has both G.I. Joe and Transformers. That's the only kind of cinematic universe that I think I could live with if they were to be put together.
If they put them together, they would have Mask, which would be an interesting addition to a shared universe.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be pretty cool.
well, I mean, the foundation is already set in there. You've got the Mass Division in Prime that Agent Fowler knows about. You've got reverse engineered Autobot technology there on Earth.
I think that
I mean-
the universe is probably going to be in the movie universe, not in the
I'm
not
just
the
saying,
Prime universe.
but I'm just saying they could use the template there and just apply it to the cinematic universe.
I mean, they could. I mean, I think Michael Bay doesn't do a lot of research, so
I mean,
Yeah.
it's allergic to good ideas.
yeah.
The thing is, like, if there's a whole cinematic universe thing happening where there's going to be, numerous projects happening, Bay is not going to be attached to all of them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's,
Like, it's going to fall to other people to develop ideas outside the core.
And we can't forget All Spark Studios. So Hasbro is, they want to have their hands
Right.
in the stuff a little more than they've had
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
What-
the upshot of this to me is that, a greater volume means a higher chance that one of these might eventually be good. That's not exactly an optimistic read on it, but I think that's about the best I can do at this point.
Yeah. Well, here's what I was thinking when this was announced. You all know that there's Agents of Shield, and it ties into the Marvel movie universe, and they also did the Agent Carter, which was kind of like a prequel to Shield. In this Paramount in this Transformers Cinematic Universe, if they're going to try a Beast Wars series, this is the place to try it. In the Cinematic Universe,
That's out of
And-
left field.
as a series that takes place on Earth before the Transformer universe as we know it unfolds, and they could do it like Agent Carter, where, and I'm going to use a very corny line, but I'm serious. The seeds of the future are buried in the past.
Okay.
The stuff that happens in this Beast Wars series can set up for future series.
Next
Maybe-
caller,
Hang on,
please.
hang on. I got to make a note here. Strangle Dawn at SpotCon. Okay.
Okay, so so moving on.
Wait, what's wrong with that idea?
I
Honestly.
expect that they'll probably delve more into the backstories of the existing characters, like Lockdown. Well, yeah, Lockdown. I have to think, was it Lockdown? But yeah, Lockdown, and like where he came from, where he went, where Optimus went, the Autobots that are on Earth. I expect it to just be a expansion on the characters that we already have. I don't really expect anything crazy like that.
Well, we do have, all the characters they throw away in between every movie that we could go do something with.
That's a great point.
The ones they don't remember to kill off.
Don, what I'm saying
That's
is,
right. Skids and Mudflap, the movie.
what I'm saying, Don, is your idea is not crazy. It's that there is not enough give a damn with the production as it is right now to do anything like that.
I'm just saying, if they wanted, like, at some point, they're going to need to do something different at some point. But I'm saying they could use this to test the waters to see how a Beast Wars cinematic show would go over with the audience, to see if there's any kind of hope of it being moved up to a movie at some point. I'm just saying,
let's step back for a second. Go ahead. We'll go ahead, Rob, and then.
I think the problem there, Don, it would be one of budget. I mean, Marvel shows strain against their budgets, and they all use like actual people that you can film on screen.
So, Don's jumping to TV. I don't see this being TV to begin with. Marvel certainly didn't start with TV.
No, and if the film franchise idea works out the way they want it to, I absolutely could see them trying to do something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., not Beast Wars, mind you, but, something that's taking place in the same universe but can operate on a TV budget. I've been giving thought to this, too.
Not even just that. It's not even just operating within the budget. There's a timing perspective and a coordination that you have to do that it takes a lot of capital and a lot of expertise and, like, a true vision of what's happening. And, I mean, Marvel's been working at this crap for years to get to this point. They're not going to be there.
I don't see a live-action
soon.
TV I don't see a live-action TV show in this universe happening anytime soon.
Or cartoon.
It's too expensive.
Well, okay, so, like, I've been giving this thought, and, like, they could do something...
air?
Look, the point is, though, like, there's ways to get around some of the inherent difficulties with this. Does anybody remember the syndicated Teen Knight Rider from, like, 1999?
I try not to think about it.
Yeah.
You do something like that where the Autobot characters are almost always seen as cars. They talk, they're characters, but they're always represented just by props. Once, maybe twice a season, you get a robot character doing something, and, you have your special effects budget balanced to be able to do that, but most of the time you're focused on the human characters and the cars they're driving.
That sounds awful.
It is.
It would have to be it would have to be executed the right way, but I think there would be there's legs under it for one better time.
My thought for a feasible TV series was that they would do Sector 7. Bring back the man whose name I should know.
Simmons.
Yes, Simmons. The actor's name is the one that I couldn't remember.
Turturro.
Thank you.
So I mean, it's going to start off slow. One like Transformers 5, and then some other side thing that's not too far out and crazy that people will still go see. Maybe call it Transformers 5S or something. I don't know. I mean, something that's not going to be like something that they could still imagine like people going to see.
I just wonder, too, if they're not going to, they're going to look at Guardians of the Galaxy and think, how far out can we push this before it won't work?
Yeah.
And, that would be the situation where you would get a peripheral movie that's focused on, either a completely different group of characters than we've seen before, or use some of the discarded characters that didn't get killed off out in space somewhere having that kind of adventure.
Or something something that takes place in the past. Or something that could take place in the future, or something that, that would be easier to coordinate. Or they could just, have a cinematic universe and then pretend like it's like wrestling or something, where they just ignore something. So that happened. Let's not mention
Isn't that what the current movies do anyway?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, but if they did, if they did the movie Transformers Galaxy Force, it doesn't even have to have any impact on what's going on in the main movie series because, it's out in space. It's not really affecting anything in the core storyline.
Yeah.
Excuse me, storyline.
I guess if they do Sector 7, one of my personal fantasies, my Beast Wars is my more mainstream idea. But I would like to see if they do like that Sector 7.
Live action Transformers Miko?
No. I would like to see them incorporate some versions of the Neo Knights into Sector 7.
And Miko would be one of them?
And Verity another.
That's awesome. I love that, Don.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If Paramount wants a piece of the Marvel pie, you've got pre-established empowered humans in the Transformers universe. Maybe not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, in the Transformers Cinematic Universe, but they do exist as templates, and they could be worked into Sector 7 as enhanced humans.
Right. I mean, like what Age of Extinction did was really demonstrate that Transformers technology has proliferated into human hands far enough that you can open up all kinds of stories just following on that and not even have like real Decepticon involvement.
So I guess, I mean, in all honesty, and I don't mean to sound terrible, but this is really how I feel. This will just be expanded opportunities for product placement. And maybe film one in another country that has a booming economy so that they can sell lots of tickets in that country.
I think it's just going to turn out to be Transformers is in the same shared universe as G.I. Joe and Battleship and
I would be
whatever
fine
the
with
hell
that.
else Hasbro owns.
I would be fine with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would
I
actually
think a
not mind
Transformers
that being a thing.
Yeah, a Transformers G.I. Joe movie could work.
And I would be fine. I don't care if it doesn't work, as long as they try it. I would watch it.
No, like if they take the cinematic universe thing and use that to introduce what I'm going to call wackier concepts from Hasbro properties, and use the established stuff of the G.I. Joe and Transformers universes to actually make that feasible, there's nothing wrong with that.
So let me just throw this out there, because if we're going to go crazy and throw out crazy ideas, and you probably know where I'm going. So what's the chance that they'll try to adapt Transformers versus G.I. Joe? I would love that.
The problem is, though, like, they would set a date for the movie to go into theaters, and it wouldn't be there until 2 years later.
Yeah, or until, like, they would have to actually write the what's going to happen in episode 7 into the script, or issue 7.
Also, I don't think you could smuggle that many psychedelics into a boardroom, even in Hollywood.
I know. I would love that.
Plus, like, would Weaponized Magenta really play on the big screen as well as it does on the comic page?
I don't know. It'd be great.
I'd like to see them try.
I think it'd be great. But like, so dreaming big, Don is absolutely right. I would love to see a Beast Wars something, or something different. Mini-cons, Planet Beast. I mean, anything. Who knows? But realistically,
That'd be kind of tough though, because the current movies have kind of conditioned the movie-going audience into the Michael Bay world of pretty fast cars and explosions and
yeah.
I mean, you would definitely have to do some transitional work in 5 and maybe 6 to get the audiences conditioned to a point where, okay, this is a little bit different, but it's still interesting.
Yeah, but I don't expect to dream big. I expect to try to, squeeze something out. Oh, God. That's more appropriate than I meant. And, yeah, basically just, put something out there. I'm done. That's it. I don't have anything to add to that.
Well,
So you're going to drop it now?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Anybody have any other comments or thoughts around this?
the topic went right down the toilet, didn't it?
Yeah.
Transformers Stealth Force. It's a good show.
Yeah. But yeah, just going back to what Don said, I would love to see something Beast Wars, but yeah, I don't see it.
Like I said, that this will be my last word on it. Anything that breaks us out of the format and the director and the writers that Transformers movies have had up to now, any chance to get some kind of variety in this and make it not awful anymore would be appreciated.
Okay, so
that's my hope.
So I'll just say this. So if I remember correctly, Fast and the Furious 6 was actually received fairly positively at the by critics. Right now, Fast 7 is like an 87 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's gotten better. I think it's gotten better and more preposterous as time's gone on. It's entirely possible that, best case scenario, the Transformers movies do that too, and they might become self-aware and realize what they are.
Well, I mean, didn't they start doing that with Age of Extinction, though? Like, they totally were self-aware with Optimus through that whole movie.
But the problem is, it went on too long, and it
Well,
was still.
I'm not saying it was perfect. I'm just saying, like, they're starting down the road you're describing as it is.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Okay, guys, I don't have anything else. Anybody have anything before we wrap up this week?
No.
Haven't we done enough?
Yeah, I know.
I just wanted to give another shout out to
Yes.
Vans Toys for sending this and letting me review it. And it's amazing how awesome this thing is. Like, you definitely, if you want Masterpiece figures, you're going to want to pick him
And
up.
check out your review. It's at our YouTube channel, Radio Free Cybertron.
I
YouTube.
posted a bunch of video reviews. There's Masterpiece Starsaber, there's Exhaust, there's Blackjack
You got a
just
couple-
went up
yeah,
today.
Legends.
Yeah, there's Huffer, which has alternate gun storage, or unofficial gun storage. So there's a bunch of things up there.
Very cool. So don't stop the show yet, because we still have our interview with Colin Douglas from TFCon, and that'll come on just as soon as we are finished here. Well, this is literally the end for me this week, guys, of the show. Not like, doing
Well,
this.
drink a little more caffeine and it might be both.
True. But so this is we're going to sign off here and end the show with our interview with Colin Douglas from
And
TFCon.
be sure to go check out Fanboy vs. Transformers this week for the interview
Yes.
with James Roberts.
Yes, do that.
It is excellent.
The highlights. The full interview will be available as RFC Extra next week. So, so for more detailed information around TFCon, check that out. But I think all the information you really need to know, it's included here. So for the guys, I'm Brian Kilby. We will be back next week.
Take care, everybody.
See you guys
Later.
See you later.
Colin, for the people who don't know, who are you and what is TFCon?
TFCon is the largest Transformers collectors convention in the world. It's been running since 2002 in the Toronto area. And last year, TFCon expanded into the U.S. with TFCon Chicago. And this year, we'll have TFCon in Toronto in July, and then in Charlotte this October.
What can people expect at the usual, the normal TFCon? Like, what events do you normally have each year?
Well, basically, Friday starts out with registration, which we're happy to get people through very quickly. And following that, we're able to have a nice little karaoke session in the bar. So we might see something like that in Charlotte this year. We'll see whether or not the layout for the Charlotte hotel looks to be able to accommodate something like that. So that would be free to anybody that's coming to the convention that weekend. And then bar night on Friday night with the karaoke. Lots of people hanging out, getting to know each other, getting to see their old friends again. Saturday morning, we start up with the dealer room at 9 o'clock, and it runs all day. We've got lots of fan panels, costume contests, custom contests, voice actor competition. So people get a chance to audition for a chance to actually read a script with the voice actors that are at the convention.
So there was a big announcement about the Toronto convention recently. You're going to have a pretty special guest, I hear.
Yeah, it's a guy that most Transformers fans are probably somewhat familiar with, Mr. Peter Cullen. It's somebody that I wanted to get last year, but the timing didn't really work out for everything happening, so we postponed it till this year. I was able to make the big announcement earlier this year, and actually the response was a lot better than I was even expecting. A lot of excitement there, but which is to be anticipated with Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime, finally coming to TFCon after all these years. People have been asking for it, and we finally were able to make it happen.
So, Diecast, TFCon was your second Transformers convention, right?
The Yeah, I mean, my second official Transformers convention.
Well, official, like it fully, completely Transformers. So ShardaCon was your first, and TFCon was your second.
Yes.
So I guess that actually sort of leads us into a little bit TFCon USA, which is in Charlotte, North Carolina this year. And how did you land on Charlotte?
Well, there's a lot of different factors. We kind of look around at different hotels in different cities, and kind of there's always a lot of different options that come into it. But I would say that you guys, everyone should thank David Cunningham. He's the one that came to me, said, we had ShardaCon here. We've got the fan base. We've got people willing to run this convention, but we need somebody to help organize us. And I looked at it, and ultimately, when I showed up at the hotel, he was already there, waiting for me to arrive. I didn't give him much notice, and he was there on a whim. And I would say that his enthusiasm towards wanting to bring another Transformers convention back to Charlotte is one of the major catalysts in this happening.
Yeah, so Dave's, of course, a friend of mine, and love that guy. And when I saw him at TFCon, he told me that he was going to approach you about that. And I thought, honestly, no way, dude. There's no way that TFCon is going to come to Charlotte. But when that announcement happened, actually, I was speaking with Jake, one of the organizers of ShardaCon, a couple weekends ago at his store in Charlotte. And I was asking, hey, ShardaCon, what can you do to come back? How can I help? What can I do to help make that happen? It's like, yeah, I don't know. You really probably need to speak to Dave. Right now, ShardaCon.com is pointing to TFCon. I'm like, that's okay. And the next day, the announcement happened. And their web hosting kind of ended before we were able to make the announcement. So I just told Dave to, what, nobody will probably notice, but apparently they did. Nobody said anything, which is kind of funny. The story would have just been ShardaCon's throwing their support towards TFCon. That's how I took it.
And that's what I assumed people would think. So just if anybody asked, which no one did, but that was the plan, was to redirect to the TFCon site anyway. So just kind of happened slightly earlier than anticipated.
Well, Charlotte's a great area. I've been down there 2 or 3 times now because of ShardaCon and because of another JoeCon that we went to where we ended up driving down to Atlanta. But the weather should be great that time of year, and you can get cheerwine locally. And we actually traded some cheerwine, or we gave Aaron Archer a cheerwine, and he ended up talking with us for like half hour, 45 minutes at ShardaCon. So you definitely have to try that when you're down in that area because it's specific to that area.
It's pretty great.
I'm kind of interested in Toronto. I live right outside of Philly, so if I wanted to, I think it would be like 7 or 8 hours to drive.
Yeah, it'd be
up
like
to
an
Toronto.
8-hour drive. I've driven to Jersey a couple of times, and I drove to New York City in 2005 for the Cybertron Expo as well. Yeah, it's about that was about a 9-hour drive. Including like stops for food and gas and bathroom breaks and stuff, right? So it's not a bad drive at all.
I think
I'm kind of curious. Yeah, it's right before my birthday, so it would be kind of just like a.
You should
go
gift
up
yourself.
And celebrate.
Yes.
Yeah. What else can you tell us that you're going to have this year at TFCon Toronto?
Well, on the Sunday of the convention, we kind of have more than just Transformers. So we have like a local 501st coming in, and a lot of other. So we have like a section outside the main dealer room that people set up just on the Saturday if people are just doing like single tables for the one day, and then on Sunday we actually have like a kind of a relaunch of that area with some other dealers, and some of the dealers in the main hall actually reset their space with more kind of 80s themed toys as well. So we have had like different guests and different, you'll see like a different kind of crowd around. So a lot of people kind of like that aspect of the Sunday, and some people end up spending more on the Sunday than they do on the Saturday, just because they're finding all these different old school gems that they wouldn't necessarily find at any other convention.
I remember Proto Man telling me that at TFCon USA last year, and I was curious if that was going to happen. I don't know that it really sort of came about so much in Chicago, but will you be doing that in Charlotte?
We're kind of in some discussion with a couple different groups that are kind of 80s themed. So we might be able to incorporate that, because it kind of gives the Sunday a different feel and kind of a reboot. So there are some people that we're talking to right now, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not we can make that happen. But there's already some pretty good contacts out there.
I really enjoy the exclusives. I enjoy when there's, good panels. Like I like the third party panel.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have
we
definitely will have a bigger room for the panel. I don't know if you guys were packed into that room.
Like sardines, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was people into the hallway. We couldn't fit everybody into that room. Again, more people than we anticipated. But in Charlotte, we've got a really good sized room, so we shouldn't have any issues with volume of people trying to get seats this time.
So ShardaCon, even though it was their first outing, they had a ton of people, and with the power of TFCon behind the convention and the location, man, I expect a lot of people here, so it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think just like when Chicago was announced, it was a little bit bigger response than I was expecting, and I got that same feel for Charlotte as well. So once registration goes online for dealers and attendees, we should be able to get a pretty good feel as to how many people are going to be coming to the show. And when people do pre-reg, it kind of helps me planning and okay, well, if we've got this many registrations, then we can kind of anticipate that I can bring in another guest type scenario, right? So it definitely helps when people do pre-register for the convention.
Awesome. So definitely people out there, pre-register if you want to go. It's easy. It's a really easy process.
Yeah, it takes
do
like
that
a minute.
Do that first.
Because, I think a lot of people have the tendency to book the hotel room and then kind of wait till the end of registration to register. Register right away.
Yeah, register right away.
Do you know when we should start looking for pre-registration for Charlotte? Or that's probably going to be after TFCon Toronto?
No, it'll probably go online next month.
Sweet.
Okay.
Awesome. And next month being April.
That's right.
Yeah, we're recording this in March, and the episode will go up in April.
Yes.
So, well, very cool, Colin. Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, when we have more details about TFCon, would you be interested in coming back on?
Yeah, absolutely.